Welcome to Wanna Bet, the daily gambling game show that takes betting seriously like not much else. Get our favorite plays on the totals, sides, props, exotics, and futures to jump on now. So let's get it started with Jason and Ben. Let's get it started with Jason and Ben. Let's get it started with Jason and Ben. Subject som kräver konsolbäppa konsolfelino. Let's get it started with Jason and Ben. Let's get it started with Jason and Ben.
Look, Ma, no hands. It's a crawling with crustaceans edition of Wanna Bet. The bibs are on. The lobsters are here. All three of them. Well, down to two. No, he's back too. It's a 3 lobster night. I feel like I'm Jameis Winston, Beltway Ben, holding up. Does it kind of look like a W? Literally eating our W's. Maybe one day you, like Sean Kay, can have a lobster named after you. It was a 3 lobster night courtesy of Beltway Ben, who's beating the shit out of the NBA right now. He's like a kangaroo smashing a wallaby or something like that. I don't know if kangaroos and wallabies would ever fight. But right now, the NBA is no match for Beltway Ben. So look, I was pretty shit last night. Well, I mean, I wasn't shit. Raptors were shit in the fourth quarter. That sucked. Princeton could not make a shot all night. So that thing, if they even made 2 more shots, would have gone over. But they shot 30% from the floor. The Grizzly Pelicans was a great call. They barely got to 220. But Beltway Ben, could you just put me back up for a second? Because I've said enough. The floor is yours. I've got my little Trader Joe's 1-bite raspberry muffin here, and I'm going to sit back and eat that muffin and listen to Beltway Ben tell you about all the money he made you last night, including me, who tailed him on a parlay.
Yeah, it was a very, very good night. We told you we liked Luka, and we didn't like it for a half unit. We liked him for a full unit on a triple-double because I thought with that matchup, the only thing that scared me was him not playing in the fourth quarter. Turns out he needed one half. He literally had
a triple-double. Beltway Ben. He had a triple-double basically in the first half.
Yes. No, he had it. Yeah, he had it in the first half. He had
basically the first quarter.
Yeah, 7-7, 16, 7-7. And then I'm like, you know what? We're still going to have a very profitable night because we get the triple-double, but he's not going to score 30 because he's not going to play in the fourth quarter. No, he goes on a run scoring 2 and gets us to 30. So Luka killed it for us, as I expected against that Wizards team. I told you guys, they won 2 in a row. They're going to literally get ran off the court, and that's exactly what happened. Keontae George had 20 points in the first half. He was an easy cash, and he went to the locker room in the fourth quarter, but was able to get us over with the first bucket he scored in the fourth. Cade Cunningham, we lose on the hook. As angry as I was with that, it's hard to complain. Jason, what did you call the parlay? I'm trying to think of what your name.
Dry
shooter.
Dry chuckers.
Chuckers.
Dry
chuckers.
Chuckers. Yeah. That's 3. Dry's 3 in German.
Yes. That
parlay. But I'm only halfway through my mini muffin, so you got to keep this going.
That parlay cashed with really ease. It was never a sweat there. That was pretty sweat free. And then I told you guys I like Peyton Pritchard, depending on where you can get him for 20 plus points. Pritch goes for like 18 in the first half. So yes, it was a very, very, very profitable night. And as Jason always says, like, the ones that we lose are the most frustrating. Cade, yes. I was watching just so hard in the fourth quarter. Like, give me 2 here. Every quarter he had 1 rebound. He wasn't aggressive on the glass. Wasn't looking for boards. I could tell early on. He was just kind of chilling out 3-point line. I'm like, all right, we're in trouble. But then he grabs a free throw rebound with 30 seconds left, and I'm like, please, the way this night's going, he'll be able to get one down the stretch. He wasn't able to, so that one was a tough loss. I had him connected to so many other things on parlays. I would have been up really in real life. Lots and lots of money if he could have got another board. But it was still a very, very good night, the Luka triple-double. And that number moved throughout the day. We gave it out at plus 525 here. It was up to plus 550 at other places around tip-off. So was glad that we could catch that.
It was excellent. You asked me, other people have wondered. You pretty much always tail Beltway Ben on triple-double. Why did you not tail that? Why did Meaty not come up? I'm a superstitious fellow. Last week, driving my son back to college, listening to a Bundesliga game on the way down. that game didn't go in my favor Betway, Ben. So after I dropped him off, I went home a different way. I didn't take 95 home listening to a different Bundesliga match because I'm like, if I go home the same way, like if I take 95 again, I got no chance to win this bet. So I took 295 instead. I still didn't win the bet.
Ah,
But that's a portal into how work
makes sense.
So I didn't want to jump it because I'm like, I think it's bad juju to jump too. And
Right.
Ben, I don't know. Ben gets my picks when I text them to him, depending on the time of the show, sometimes well before the show, if he needs more time, sometimes like today, right before the show. So I didn't know that, you know what I mean? I didn't know he was going to be on a Luka triple-double. If I knew, I probably would have like laid out and just jumped on that. But I felt it was, I didn't want to mook his bet.
I don't want to mook his bet. That made me laugh when he texted me that. Mook
It's
the
true.
bet. It's a great call, like mooking the bet. People do mook bets.
We got an email from a guy who wanted to put a parlay together. Remember, he was on the Derek Queen one and he missed like one leg. And he's which leg do I take tonight?
Yeah.
I hope he took
He
Luka.
emailed us this morning that he didn't take Luka. He was upset.
He didn't take Luka.
Nah, that's what he said.
I didn't check our Wannabet email yet.
Yeah. It was right as we were starting.
My name is Luka. I live on the second floor. Sad song. Sad song. Suzanne Vega. Hell of a songwriter.
Yeah, they
you
are.
familiar with that song? My name is Luka.
No,
It's
I know
about
the movie
childhood.
Luka. Great movie.
Luka or Lucas? Or Luke?
It's Luka. It's the Disney movie. It's Luka, I'm pretty sure.
It's a Disney. Oh, never mind. I'm thinking there's a movie. Was it Corey Haim or one of those guys was in a movie about like a kid who gets picked on a lot? I think it was called Lucas, maybe. Maybe it wasn't Corey Haim, but it was like one of those. Like
Yeah,
maybe it
no
was
help
River
here.
Phoenix or something like that.
I don't know.
And like I feel like they let him on the football team at the end, and he just got crushed in this game. I don't know. Maybe it doesn't even have an L in it. I think it does. I think his name was Lucas or something.
Yeah.
That was sad too, I think.
Sounds like it. I've never seen
But
it.
it's fun times here. It's a no kangaroo zone today, Bone.
None.
Bone. Sorry,
Yeah.
Ben. Jeez, I was. I usually do it the other way. I usually call Bone Ben all the time on the radio. All right. Oh, well, since you checked the emails, is there anything else to get to?
No. We did have a lot of people very happy, though. I saw through social media. A lot of people were on Luka with us. Luka was I couldn't believe he was plus 550. I don't know. Wizard?
I mean, they were probably just thinking, I guess, like smash spot, and he's not going to play in the second half because they've had injuries and they're trying to fortify themselves for the deadline, right? And the All-Star break's right around the corner. All right, we're going to start in the Prem. Look, we like Leeds to get points today against Arsenal. Arsenal have been wounded lately. They've been vulnerable. Arsenal on the season have dropped points in 5 of their 11 road games. They're no longer this impenetrable defense where nobody's scoring on them. Don't look now. The Gooners are winless in 3 in the Prem. They even looked a little shaky in the Champions League. Arsenal have dropped points in 5 of their last 6 on the road. All we need is Leeds to get a point here, right? We just need a draw or a win. You want to play them at plus 550 to win? I've sprinkled on it, but this also could be, a bit of a get-right spot for Arsenal. But the bottom line is Leeds have picked up points in 5 straight at home. Leeds have at least drawn or won in 9 of their 11 at Ellen Road. People are fired up right now, and this Leeds squad has stepped up their game against big boys, right? When they faced people who were in Europe, Chelsea stepped up. Like when they faced Newcastle, stepped up, got robbed in extra time at St. James Park, still scored 3, should have won the match. Like Man U, I get it. They're not in Champions League, but they're probably going to be next year. Stepped up against Man U. I like them to get a point here against the Gooners today. And then Villa, plus 110, hosting Brentford. I mean, Brentford, they only score when Thiago scores. A lot of times it's like a long throw-in or a corner. They're not doing much from the run of play. They've had a fair number, Brentford, on the road of losses to nil, like losing 2-0 at Forest. Villa have been great at home. Villa beat City. They beat Arsenal. They beat Man U at home. I like them to win this match. I'm a little bit surprised how it's priced. Obviously, the Villains are making a push for Europe. They might be the second best team in the Prem right now. The Villains are 8-1-2 at home, 18 goals scored, just 9 conceded. They have kept 4 clean sheets at home. Like, you want to play this to nil, and we might give it out at some point on Twitter. We got a little more work to do. It may be a spot to play Villa to win to nil at home. But they haven't dropped points at home in 2 straight games all year. And we think Brentford's due for a bit of a crash in the second half. So we're like the Villains on the money line, plus 110.
Yeah, I'm
going
going
to
to
say
go
plus 155. I mean, but it really doesn't matter because if you're Spotifying it, that game's going to start before you hear it. So it's plus 155, but you understand what I'm saying? By the way, Ben, that's a 10 o'clock kickoff. So what's the point? For Arsenal Leeds, what's the point?
Yeah.
Right? The Spotifyers and the Apple Bottoms are hearing this. The match is already kicked. They're not going to hear this. It's 9:22.
No.
The match kicks off in 38 minutes, right?
Yeah.
Who's the mook?
Yeah.
Who's the mook? You're the mook for not watching.
Good. Very good point. Very good.
Now, if that bet doesn't hit, I'm the mook.
Jason's a mook.
But as we stand in suspended animation 40 minutes before that match, and this doesn't even exist on Spotify or Apple Bottoms as yet, I'd say the mook.
But if you're on the West Coast, are you waking up at 6:22 to get a bet in? I mean, that's loyalty.
Depends how hardcore you are about
that is.
Depends how, I guess it just depends.
It does.
I think they get decent ratings out there. I know the Prem does pretty good in America, and like certain markets, like when you look at the breakdown they'll put out periodically, top 10 markets. Baltimore's always in there, but we don't have a USL team. Seriously? Come on. San Diego, there's some West Coast markets that do very well.
Interesting.
San Diego's always been a soccer hotbed.
Yeah.
Going back to the days of Julie V and the San Diego Sockers.
Yeah.
I had a Julie V jersey when I was a kid.
Julie V.
Loved Julie V.
Julie V is an interesting there. Huge fan of Julie V and the San Diego soccer.
Oh, maybe Yugoslavia. Actually, I don't want to. There's a lot of geopolitics there, and I don't want them to speak.
Yeah, we should probably just keep it going. Here we're going to go St. Bonaventure on the money line.
Eastern Europe.
At
Julie
minus
V.
110.
VEEE.
NCAA basketball game. And you might not want to play this because of how good George Mason has been this year. Ben, why are we playing a team that is bottom of the A10 standings against George Mason, who's been dominant? We just saw George Mason finally lose a conference game. That was on the road against Rhode Island, who's not very good either. St. Bonaventure, they have just 2 or 3 conference wins this year, but they're a favorite here today against a George Mason team. And everybody looks at that, looks at records, looks at things and says, oh, I'm going to take George Mason. It's one of those blind bet spots that we've seen in college basketball a lot over the past few years. And I've had a lot of success in these types of spots. A team that's favorite, that is at the bottom of their conference, but it's a home game. This year, when we get into February and March, home conference games mean so much. And that's why I avoid fading a lot of teams at home. I'll still do it in certain spots, but I don't love doing it much. Here, we're going to take a home team that is a favorite against a George Mason team, who, as I said, just lost a game on the road 2 games ago to Rhode Island. We've seen St. Bonaventure, all of their conference wins have been at home. They've played better basketball at home throughout the year, which is no surprise for anybody. And even in George Mason's wins, it's been a lot of tight games. A lot of games, 4 to 10 points they've been winning by. I do think they get broken down a little bit today. St. Bonaventure on the money line, minus 110.
Synergy, Beltway, Ben. Synergy. Let's stay on the college hardwoods. We're going back to the Patriot League, where American effed us the other night against Loyola, but that's okay. We're going back to the Naval Academy here, who have been dominant at home. Navy's laying the 10.5 in an interstate game against Loyola, minus 102. Well, I don't even know why I'm telling you that, because you probably won't hear this in time for this. I think this is a noon kick.
Kira's got the
maybe you'll hear it, maybe you won't. But wait, Ben, what has the Naval Academy done at home this year? How about these results? 84-56, 85-68, 76-50, 76-55. There was an 83-77. I think that was against Cornell. 85-52. Woo! Loyola just won their Super Bowl against American. I think they come back to life here. We're deep enough in the conference schedules now, Beltway Ben, that I like to drill down. You want to do your homework for these games? Go to the main, type in like Patriot League team stats. Go to that main page and then click on conference only. There'll be a tab for conference only. It filters out all the stuff that happened before conference play. And now we get into the nitty-gritty of the numbers about what happens when they play in conference. Here's where Navy stands in the Patriot League, by the way, Ben. They're number 2 in three-point shooting percentage. They're number 1 in three-point defense. They're number 1 in total defense. They're number 1 in point differential, plus 11.2. Loyola, -1 in conference. They're number 1 in rebounding differential, plus 6.7. Nobody else in the conference is above 3.4. Navy's covered 3 straight. They've covered 6 of their last 8. You're looking at a Loyola team that's 5th or 6th in a lot of key metrics. They're not special shooting the ball. They're not special defensively. They're 7th in the league shooting the 3-ball, 4th defending the 3-ball. They're also near the bottom of the league in assist-to-turnover ratio, which I look very hard into, especially when you're a road team playing against one of the better teams in your conference. This Navy's blowing everybody out at home, I'm just saying. And then, look, we're going back to Portland State. They burned us the other night as well. Portland State laying the 3.5, -108. They're hosting Montana State. But, look, they've won 7 of their last 8. They didn't win the other night coming home after a road trip. They couldn't shoot the ball at all. I expect that to change. Portland State's 12-3-1 against the spread and 5-2-1 against the spread in conference. 7-3-1 against the spread with equal rest. 6-3-1 against the spread as a favorite. Montana State's a pretty good side, but Vegas can't peg them. They've only covered 2 of their last 7 on the road. Montana State is just 1-3 against the spread with 1 day off. These teams played 2 days ago. PSU. Portland State, number 1 in the conference in rebounding margin, number 1 in the conference in 3-point defense. Montana State is the number 1 3-point shooting team in the Big Sky. However, we like Portland State to clamp down the defense today and win this by 5 or more. We're laying the 3.5, juiced ever so slightly in our favor. You West Coast apple bottoms, or you will hear this, -108. It might not still be -108 by the time you hear it, because you're not hearing it in real time, Beltway Ben. We're doing the show right now. They're hearing the show then.
But still subscribe. Still subscribe to us on the podcast forum so you can listen.
Still subscribe.
And I know
I'm not hating.
something.
I'm educating.
No. I think we should still suggest them
Don't
to
hate,
subscribe there
educate.
and listen on those. But yes, subscribe to us on YouTube. That's the most important.
Educate.
Subscribe, comment, like, subscribe again. Subscribe on your other account if you got to. Just make sure you show some respect.
Get a burner.
Here
Get
on
a
YouTube.
burner.
Get a
Subscribe.
burner.
Have the burner
Yeah.
subscribe.
Yes, get a burner. Absolutely.
Do these things? Do they know if it's a bot or not? Do they know? Do they know if it's a bot or not?
I no idea. No idea.
Make some bots.
Yeah, sure. Here, second down, we're going to the college basketball markets as well. We're going to play Bethune-Cookman -135 on the money line. I talked about them a lot in our Hoops HQ futures article earlier in the year. I liked them a lot in this spot, in this conference. I thought they'd win it. And there was a lot of talk, Jacksonville State, what can they do? Or Jackson State and all of those things. I was fine. I thought Bethune-Cookman was the team to beat here. And right now they are 6-1, sitting atop the conference. You get a matchup here today with Alabama State, who's just 3-4. And it's interesting when you look at Alabama State, they've played 3 home games this year. Now they get another one here. Interesting how that will go, but Bethune-Cookman's the best team in the conference. I think it's a fair price. Like, Bethune-Cookman is a better team than Alabama State, but I just talked about when we get into February and closer to February, home conference games matter. But Alabama State, this is rare for them. They've played 3 true home games on the season. They're still trying to figure things out there. I like Bethune-Cookman a lot. They know Jackson State's right behind them, right? You can't, 5-2, you lose a game here, Jackson State's right there tied with you, and then you know how tough things have been to beat them in conference. I like the way Bethune-Cookman's playing. 4 straight wins. They got a lot of guys who are at top D1 schools and transferred in there. Clearly, they're using this as just kind of a get-right year, show other teams what they can do and go right back to the portal. But that's fine for me here in this spot. I think they all show up today. Give me Bethune-Cookman on the money line at -135.
Half time. Eins, zwei, drei, vier. Now that you've heard those commercials, I want to do an unofficial commercial. This is not a paid endorsement, but I just want to say, when Beltway Ben smashes his bets, I like listening to him talk about it while eating a Trader Joe's raspberry oat bite. It's perfect sized, a couple of bites and it's gone. I don't really go to Trader Joe's, but Lauren likes going there. and I'm glad she brought back a Trader
Maddie goes
Joe's
there.
raspberry oat bite.
Yeah, Maddie goes
It's
there.
the official, unofficial oat bite of
The oat
Wanna
bite.
Bet.
Yes.
What'd you think of that? No teleprompter. What'd you think of that?
That was good. We should
Off
reach
the
out
cuff.
to the oat bite company and see.
Reach out to the oat bite department of Trader
Yeah.
Joe's and see
Yeah.
if they want to get in on some of this action.
Let's just reach out to Trader Joe's. Why not? We
Yeah.
use your groceries.
Let's go, Trader Joe's. Let's go to the CAA. A Saturday wouldn't be complete without a CAA over. College of Charleston against Northeastern, a team I have been remiss in not talking about on the show. We're going to go over the 160.5 minus 110. Beltway Ben, Northeastern, who you don't really think of as an up-tempo, high-scoring team. Northeastern is 9-0 to the over in CAA play. Those games go over on average, Beltway Ben, by 19.7 points. Why do they go over? Well, Northeastern is playing up-tempo on their scoring. They've also allowed 78 points or more in 7 straight games. College of Charleston leans over on the road, 4-2 to the over. Northeastern is 6-2 to the over with 4 days off. They haven't played in a week. They're 3-0 to the over as a home dog, 6-1 to the over on the season at home. Look, College of Charleston's offense is not what it's been in years past, but they have a bunch of 6, 8 to 7 footers, and they dominate in the paint. Northeastern cannot defend in the paint at all. Northeastern's 335th in the country in KenPom 2-point defense. College of Charleston is a top 100 2-point offense. College of Charleston will kill you on the boards. Northeastern, worst in the CAA rebounding margin, minus 7.7. We think College of Charleston's scoring 85 points or more in this game. If you want to look into team totals, we think Northeastern will do their end of the bargain. Look, we also think College of Charleston is going to win this game. I'll just tease a bet later in this. But College of Charleston's won 10 of their last 12. The losses at Towson, which is a tough rivalry game for them, where Towson did clamp down the defense, and at Stony Brook. And that game at Stony Brook, they lost in 2 overtime. So I think they're going to be able to win this game because they can control the boards. I'm not sure they're going to totally control the tempo, but I think they're going to go to the foul line a ton. I think they're going to score a ton of high percentage baskets. They're going to take advantage of Northeastern's problems, but I still think Northeastern's going to get their threes and get their looks as well. So there you go.
Damn. You took about 3 minutes there. You went way over the clock. Did you do a challenge flag? Yeah, oh yeah. It finished a pretty good amount ago.
I did 3 minutes on just this game.
Not actually 3 minutes, but you went way past the clock.
You got it. I'll yellow card myself.
So I thought you were using a
that
challenge.
Muffin really threw me off, Ben.
That's exactly what it was. That is.
Well, how many times did I get screwed of 11 seconds? I hadn't looked at the clock today.
That is true.
I can't argue that. Is the clock super janky today? Who's to say that the clock's not going from 136 to 111?
It's a fair pushback. I can't argue that.
I'll be watching.
Yeah, I can't argue that. I think it's a 10 today, so hopefully tomorrow it's back to 6. Third down, we're going to play the Minnesota Timberwolves on the money line. Jesus Christ, that was more than 10. Minnesota Timberwolves on the money line, and Anthony Edwards 4+ assists, minus 104. Anthony Edwards last year was going for 4+ assists with regularity. This year, it's been a little bit less. Some games, he's scoring 30 to 40 points per game. And of course, when you do that, you're not going to be getting tons of assists, but he's still been able to get 4 in more than half of their games this season. He's gone over in 2 straight matchups. Timberwolves, slowly, we're starting to see him play better basketball. I was very impressed with the win over the Thunder, the reigning champs, the other night. At home, things were clicking, things were going right. Now you travel to Memphis, and Memphis, they're not a slouch, but they also don't have John Morant. They know what they are, and I don't know that they're going to beat the Timberwolves here in this spot. If the Timberwolves are to win this game, I think Anthony Edwards is dishing out some assists. The Grizzlies are bottom 5 in opposing assists over their last 6 games. That's an area we look at a lot. We've had a lot of success. Last 6 games, and then if you take the last 6 and extend it to a full season, you can tell who's just bad and who is just struggling in these markets and will continue to. And they're one of those teams. They haven't played much defense all year. So in this spot, I just think the Timberwolves continue to get after it as they have. And I think Anthony Edwards gets us 4 assists, and that gets us to minus 104. So Timberwolves money line, Ant-Man, 4+ assists, -104.
Ben, I will never be the pro that you are. I may have done my share of live television, done my share of back before I was washed. NFL Today, Super Bowl pre-games, post-games. I can never hit the mark the way you hit the mark.
Okay.
You're a freaking natural, Beltway Ben.
You're natural. It's
I
the
saw it
athletic
that day at
background. You know
Bubba.
the clock.
I saw it that day at Bubba when you introduced yourself to me. I'm
You
like,
did. You did.
This kid's got a little something.
Yeah.
This kid's got a little ish. Then I started reading your stuff. Then you started telling me about your podcast.
That was greatly appreciated. It's the athletic background.
Ben. What's that? The athletic background?
That's what it is for me. I just, the clock.
I think it goes way beyond that. I think you're selling yourself short.
Well, I just think, you always play with a clock. You always.
Oh, you're saying for that? I see what you're saying. Yeah, sure. Yes.
Yeah, you look at the clock. Got to hit it. Got to hit it in time.
You have a sixth sense about the clock, even when the clock is unpredictable.
Yeah, that last time it shot down 60
clock,
seconds.
Odyssey doesn't know. I don't know. The clock itself doesn't know.
It doesn't know. It depends.
That's unbelievable.
The
clock don't know.
I do love that we got it moved to 136 and it immediately starts going down.
And now it's jankier than ever.
Yeah.
It probably had an internal setting. If you ever set this to 136, it's going.
Yeah, you're mooked. We get mooked.
I'm gonna say, Beltway Ben, I need no more than 45 seconds for my fourth down, and that's even including the 12 seconds I'm about to lose as soon as you start this, and it goes from 136 to 124. This should be fourth and short. I will ask you to change it first, though.
Okay. All right. Yeah. 1 second. Let me pause that clock. Wait, is it? Oh, 120.
Clock's going.
I paused.
Whoa, 132. How do we get that?
See, that's the thing. When you pause it, it goes to what it's supposed to be.
What?
Dude, it's crazy.
We keep learning more and more about our clock.
100%.
The clock has become a character on the show.
Oh, I told you. It is a character.
How could a clock be a character on the show? It's just a clock.
Yeah.
Not with us.
Not here. You learn a lot watching the show. More outside.
How did you get it to go back? Whoa. How did you get it to go back to 136?
I hit reset.
Well, 133. Where'd that come from?
See, listen. It pauses at the actual time that the Flowix has it as. But when it plays over here, I'm not going to say a certain time difference anymore because that is never right. So there's a time difference over here. Sometimes 10 seconds, sometimes 15.
What is Flowix? You have to tell the people what Flowix is.
Flowix is what we use for everything. All of our beautiful graphics that Odyssey helped us with. That's how I changed all of this.
I have a hard time thinking back when they had the BetMGM network.
The clock
they were
was
using clocks.
Yeah, I agree.
They actually have hard outs, right? They've got hard outs. They have to go to network. They have to go to national breaks. Yeah. They have actual commercials, right? Not just halftime where we get whatever. You can't tell me that they used a janky clock like this.
I can't believe
that would have been very highly problematic.
I'm right there with you.
Producers would have been losing their minds.
Well, they tossed us the old clock that they used to have.
Is that what it is? They had busted clocks.
It should be all the same one. It all should be the same.
Clock's a clock. Time is time.
That's crazy. I would agree though. Like that's what I think of. I'm like, there's no way that everybody's been dealing with this.
I mean, I would think not. I think this is endemic to us and our little show, but who knows? All right, look. Fourth and short, we are going back to Stuttgart in the Bundesliga. Dennis Undav. We were on him last week. We're on him again. Look, they're playing Freiburg. Freiburg's not very good. Why do I like Undav as a first goal scorer here? Well, he scored in 7 of the last 10 matches he's played in, and including coming off the bench and only playing 29 minutes 2 weeks ago and still scoring. He is far and away Stuttgart's #1 goal scorer. He scored in 3 of the last 4. He scored 5 goals in that span. And Freiburg have scored first just once in their last 6 matches. Stuttgart's in good form. Stuttgart's regularly scoring 3 or more in the Bundesliga, and it goes through Undav. So plus 450, first goal scorer in the match that kicks off tomorrow. We like it. Anytime goal scorer plus 125. Damn Skippy.
That was impressive. I'm not exactly sure.
I can still bring it. I mean, I can't bring it like you all the time, but if I...
You
know what I mean? If I get in the right mindset and I think about Drew Kaliski, my former executive producer's voice, and I picture the big what do they call it? The huge production room where like
Yeah.
everybody's sitting back there and there's a million monitors and the director and the producer and then like Sean McManus and people like that. If I get into that mindset, and I can only do it once in a while, then I can mimic you. I'd say twice a week, 3 times tops. Otherwise, I'm just.
You're Verlander, the newest pitcher for the Orioles. You still got the fastball, late in age. 42 years old.
I don't know that I'm. I think I'm more like. I'm more like Kyle Gibson, but I'll take the Verlander.
No, absolutely.
But
not.
I don't know that I'm.
Did you see that Yankees game? That was generational.
I saw the game against the
one at single A.
the Brooklyn Cyclones.
Yeah,
I saw the one in Aberdeen against the Brooklyn Cyclones, and I went on the radio the next day and said they're going to call this mook up, and he's going to get shellacked because second time through against the Brooklyn Cyclones, he had nothing.
Yeah.
But watch, 5 days from now, he's going to start in the major leagues, and I will fade him on WannaBet.
The worst part is, I remember, real quick, I know we're running behind. I remember giving out Jazz Chisholm hit runs RBIs. He rips a triple into the corner, blows his back out. By the way, everybody in that lineup hit a home run. Jazz decided to go for the triple. Blows his back out. And Booney, because they're up 8-0 at this point, because I think he was hitting 9th and they had 8 straight homers. He's like, Jazz like stands up like he's all right. And he's like, you know what? No. Come into the dugout. We're going to pull you because we're up so bad. Whatever. That was pathetic. But here, fourth and weird. Kobe White over 16.5 field goals attempted at -115. He gets a matchup here with the Bulls, or with the Heat tonight, who are allowing 95.5 field goals attempted per game this year over their last 6 games. It's been not a lot of defense. They want to play fast, and Kobe White here is a guy perfectly fine with that. Now, he's under this in 5 straight, but if you date it back to what he's done before that, he's been able to get over this with some regularity, and it's also, you have to think, like, defenses are taken into this, and when you have a Miami Heat team who it's not what we've seen in recent years, and we talked about it time and time again. We were on this before anybody with their overs earlier in the year. We were telling you, take props against them, take their props because they're going to play fast. They don't want to slow things down. It's not the old Miami Heat that you've seen in recent years, and that's just kind of stuck. It hasn't been just a first month thing. It hasn't been a November thing. No, this has lasted up until January 31st. We've seen fast-paced games with them. So I think Kobe White, one of the leading scorers there in Chicago, he's probably going to get traded. He wants to put a little bit on. Lakers are a team that are kind of interested in him. It's going to be interesting to see where he goes because he can get it done scoring, and I think he'll do it here tonight and get the shot attempts that we need. So Kobe White over 16.5 field goals attempted, -115.
You got hit with you got dealt a really bad. Wow, it just went to 21 seconds. You got dealt a really bad hand there with the clock.
How much did I lose there? I didn't even see.
You didn't even flint. You lost. I think it screwed you twice. Oh, I know. I looked and it was at 119, and you had said like 2 words, and it was at 119. If you go back and watch, you'll see my face. I'm like,
I know. I saw your face. I was wondering what happened.
Yeah, I'm like, bro, it's at 119. How did that happen? You just opened your mouth.
Can't make it up.
All right, so overtime.
Yep.
All right, 2 parlays for me. Let's start in Die Bundesliga. Of course, we're going to hear from the mighty Mannschaft of Munich. Bayern Munich, they're traveling to Hamburg today. We think it's a smash spot for them. Bayern's been a little down, dipping form lately. I'm glad they're on the road, not getting too cute at home. We like Bayern over 2.5 goals. Bayern on the money line. And Harry Kane to score one of the at least 3 goals they're going to score today. I've also played this instead of the money line. I've played Bayern half full, which means they were leading at the half and win the game. Over 2.5 goals and the Harry Kane anytime goal. Bayern on the road in Die Bundesliga are 8-1-1. That's 8 wins, 1 draw, 1 defeat. 32 goals scored, 7 conceded, plus 25 goal differential on the road. That's 27 Yankee stuff. Hamburg have been so-so at home. 13 goals scored, 9 conceded. Hamburg have kept just 2 clean sheets in 9 home games. They ain't keeping one today. Bayern's coming off a loss to Augsburg last weekend at home. Their first Bundesliga loss of the season. They did not go all out against PSV Eindhoven midweek in Champions League. I do think Vincent Kompany goes all out today to let the rest of Deutschland know we're running away with this title, and that was just a blip. We've seen them hang results like 8-1 on people lately. I don't think that's out of the question today. I really don't. 8-1 probably. 5-1, no. We also like Bayern -2 here, which is going to get you almost 3-1. Do we have a Bayern ladder going? We do. And again, I'd urge you to look into the half full. Bayern at home starts slow. I don't know why. Maybe because they are trying to be too cute and score the perfect goal. And then they come back people and smash people in the second half at home. But on the road here, I think they come out with intent. I think they try to step on Hamburg's neck early. We'll see about the lineup. This game kicks off in 3 hours, 2.5 hours. But we like that. And then look, a college basketball parlay. College of Charleston on the money line. We talked about that game. North Carolina playing great basketball, big favorite. We're comfortable with North Carolina winning. Towson hosting Hampton. Towson already lost at Hampton. If Towson gets swept by Hampton, shame on me. I don't think Pat Scary's letting that happen. Yes, they just lost a big 9 o'clock tip-off the other night against UNC Wilmington, who's going to win the CAA. And I thought they could have won that game. They fell apart late, but they're laying 9 here. I don't think Towson's getting swept by Hampton. UConn, do I really need to belabor that point? Yeah, they're on the road, but they're going to win that game. And then we're going back to American, who crapped the bed against Loyola and hurt us. They're playing Lafayette. Lafayette is not a very good basketball team. Americans back home. So Charleston, Towson, Kakalaka, UConn, and American, all to win, plus 283 at Bet365 is where I played it.
No UMBC today against Albany? I saw you send the rundown. I thought for sure UMBC, the Retrievers would be in there. You were on them before, and I will give you credit for that one. Nobody has been talking about UMBC the way you have, but
I didn't love them at Vermont, and now they're coming off a loss. Like they have, you know what I mean? Like they haven't really in a while. So I've got them circled. Like today, I'll do my Hoops HQ. I'll spend 2 or 3 hours doing a lot of research for the week, and I will be looking at UMBC midweek. But I didn't get there today.
I get it. I just thought.
And if American doesn't hit for me today, card me.
Yeah, the 2-unit screw us. It was not good. Not good. They screwed us.
Yeah, American?
Yeah.
You're on alert.
You're on alert. I like that.
You're on alert.
I agree.
You want to keep getting free promotion on this show? Just win the game. I don't even care if you cover. Win the game.
Win the game, yes. Now, overtime here, we have an NBA parlay, an NBA play, and a college basketball parlay that has like 50 different schools. First, we'll start with the NBA parlay. Alperen Şengün, 15-plus points. Josh Giddey, 6-plus assists. And Joel Embiid, Pascal Siakam, 6-plus rebounds. Plus 111.
Spicy P!
Spicy P. I was going to ask.
Spicy P!
Spicy P is back.
I got a name for this one.
What is
Spicy P plus 3.
Spicy P. Yes.
There's just 3 other guys, right?
Yes. The names are working.
That's a Spicy P plus 3. That's good for Meatball and me.
I like that.
Spicy P plus 3.
3.
That's good for Meatball and me.
Yes. I like
you know
that
we
a lot.
haven't seen in a while?
What?
The late, great Chopper. I want to just give him a shout out. He would not have liked this ice storm. Chopper, you would not
really
have liked this ice storm.
You didn't like snow? Did you like snow? Rest in peace to one of the ghosts.
R.I.P. Chopper.
Rest in peace, Choppy. We'll start. Yes, Şengün. We're going to get to him here in a minute. I told you I have another NBA play outside of the parlay. Şengün has not been scoring a ton lately. He was perfectly fine, though, playing Şengün ball, and I think he'll do it here against the Mavs. Throw his ass to the basket, do whatever he can to get down there, and then chuck something up. And he has success against some teams. Gafford's playing about 20 to 24 minutes. There's a minutes restriction there still. That's a yearly minutes restriction because he deals with so many damn injuries. And when he's out of the game, I think Şengün's going to dominate. Josh Giddey, 6-plus assists. An auto play for me since he's come back. You're playing a team, as I said before, against the Heat, who are playing at a fast pace, who are allowing more assists than all but 5 teams in the NBA of late. I think Giddey should have no issues getting his assist. Very unselfish player. Will look guys open and throw guys open. Joel Embiid, 6-plus rebounds. Pelicans are allowing more rebounds than all but 3 teams in the NBA over their last 6. I think Embiid will be active on the glass. He has been, especially since he's been playing more and more minutes in these games. And then Pascal Siakam, Spicy P, 6+ rebounds. We did take him for 6+ the last time that they matched up with the Hawks. We know the Hawks are allowing a lot of rebounds, bottom 8 in the NBA over their last 6. So here for this parlay, Şengün 15+ points, Josh Giddey 6+ assists, Joel Embiid and Pascal Siakam 6+ rebounds, +111. The next play, Alperen Şengün 20+ points at -126. Little bit of juice here, but I'm fine playing it. Şengün's under this in 2 straight. And we've talked about the injuries he's dealt with. He's gotten past it. He's playing his regular minutes. And when he's in the game, he's the point forward, but he looks to score more than a lot of point forwards. Like Şengün wants the ball in his hands, and he wants to have an impact on the game. And sometimes he can be too selfish and overshoot, but I'm fine with that here in this spot. Like against a team that you should be able to get after it against, even when Gafford's in the game. Like Gafford gets in foul trouble, Gafford can hack a little bit. The Mavs don't have the height that they once had when you had Derek Lively, Anthony Davis, and Daniel Gafford all on the same team. Like it's not that anymore. They're not defending well. They're playing a lot of offense. We saw that the other night against the Hornets. I think Şengün gets it going down low. 20+ points for Alperen Şengün. And then our college basketball parlay. 50 different teams here. Seton Hall on the money line, George Washington on the money line, Towson on the money line, Louisville on the money line, Northern Iowa on the money line, and the Zags, Gonzaga on the money line, +194. Seton Hall matchup here today against Marquette, who Maryland beat. Like that should be Marquette. When you look at Marquette and whatever their resume is, Maryland beat them, and that's all you need to know. George Washington, that should have no issue for him. George Washington is a top 3 team in that conference. That's how it was coming in. They're one of the teams that gave George Mason a pretty good run for their money when they matched up with them just a few weeks ago. I don't think George Washington has any issues at home. Towson, just like Jason, I played Towson a few times in a few different parlays here today. I do like them a lot. As Jason said, you're not losing to that team twice. Scary. They've had some issues. They started to turn it right back on, and it was kind of a letdown against UNC Wilmington, but UNC Wilmington is the best team in the conference, so I'm not taking too bad away from them. They were down 1 at halftime and just didn't have a good second half. I still think Towson will be able to figure things out. And this might be better for them to have some struggles earlier in conference play versus other years where they've been dominant and look so damn good at this point. Because all you need to do is be good in February and March. And that's maybe what we could see for Towson. Because we have seen some steps. We just need some of the older guys to turn it on a little bit more down the stretch like they didn't do Thursday night. Louisville on the money line. Listen, Louisville's in a bounce back spot here. SMU, a lot of hype, but Louisville at home. I would expect Kelsey to have his guys ready to go. Northern Iowa, that's going to be one of the ones we get wrong on our Hoops HQ futures article. I thought they'd win the MVC. Have not been great, but here you got to bounce back against a very, very lesser team in Evansville, who you just beat on the road by 15 or 14, whatever it was. And then the Zags on the money line. I cannot wait for this game. St. Mary's, awesome. They're always good. These rivalries are legit. You got 2 of the best coaches in the country coaching in the WCC. Should be exciting to watch this matchup tonight, but I don't think the Zags are going to lose. The Zags could beat really almost anybody else in the country except for Michigan that one game. So I like the Zags a lot here tonight, and they're home. That's big for me at this point in the year, as I said. Seton Hall, George Washington, Towson, Louisville, Northern Iowa, and Gonzaga on the money line, +194.
Excellent. Beltway Ben, tell the people how you did last night.
Very good. Very good last night. Last night we had a very good night. Thank you, Luka Doncic. Thank you to Vegas for putting the odds the way they did against the Wizards team. Very grateful for that. Luka also came through in the points. Keontae George came through with his points. We had please remind me, the die chucker.
Dry chucker.
Dry chucker.
Dry chucker parlay.
That one.
I wonder how you say parlay in German. Rafa, do you know how to say parlay in German?
Yes, Rafa, please help us with that.
Dry chucker!
Yeah. No, very good. Very good night. Hopefully we can keep this running. We're on a little bit of a good run right now. We're up to 61.78 units. Just got to keep moving forward, keep chugging along. I'm confident we will. NBA, as I said, we're starting to get a good feel for things. Now, the All-Star break is going to be a curveball, and you got to adjust following games after that. But college basketball is also an area that we're starting to find out truths about some of these teams. So it's pretty fun right now.
Excellent. Tomorrow I don't have the BetMGM show, Beltway Ben. So I'm flexible. Next week it is back. So next week Super Bowl will be at 11 for us. But if you want to do it, different time than 11, we can do 11.
11 works.
Doing 11, but
we can do 11. 11.
Okay. 11 tomorrow, 11 pretty much all the time. This is what we do 7 days a week. At WannaBet, we appreciate all your feedback, comments, even the negative ones. WannaBet with us at gmail.com. You can find us there. Please, like Ben said, no matter where you usually consume us, if you don't mind subscribing to some other avenues, you can't really subscribe to the Twitter, although I guess you could set an alert to be notified when we go live. I think you can do that. I don't know. Want to bet with us on the Twitter and on all the other stuff.
Comment.
We're on the YouTube.
Leave comments, please.
Yep. Spotify, Apple Podcast, all that stuff. We appreciate however you consume our materials. That's the show. You want to bet? We want to bet. Thank you for betting with us. Thank you, Lobsters. Thank you, India. Thank you, Disillusionment.